Hey, it's me again. Um, I've been thinking about what to do on my rant videos, and one of my friends uh, thought maybe instead of doing a rant, I could try and do something maybe to help people. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a Christian and I believe very heavily in Christianity. And one of my friends thought, why don't you make a webcam video of your testimony? And before I start, I am very sick, so I'm sorry if you see me stop to blow my nose. I'm sorry. It's just going to be in the video because I have a crappy webcam that won't pause when I make videos. Well, anyways, back to my testimony. When I was young, my parents took me to church on Sundays, and I was saved when I was about 7 years old. And I was the kind of saved that, I didn't really know what it meant. I just thought it was the right thing to do because I was at church. Well, when I was 8 years old, my parents split up and I stopped going to church. Well, when that happened, I started hanging out with some older friends of my stepbrother when my mother remarried. And when I started hanging out with them, I got into a rough crowd. I started doing things that I shouldn't have been doing, and it wasn't the right thing that I should have been doing. And by the time I was 16, there was nights when I would sorry, like I said, I was sick. But anyways, when I was 16, I got my own car, and there was weekends that I would go out with my friends, and then I would leave wherever they were at, and I'd sit there and I'd cry in my vehicle by myself because I was just empty inside. I didn't know why I was crying. I would cry my eyes out for hours and hours and hours. And 3 months after I got my license when I was 16, I had a terrible car wreck, and I completely totaled my truck. There is nothing left of it. When I fractured, well, I didn't fracture, I broke 2 of the discs in my back, and I had to wear a back brace for 12 weeks, and the back brace was hot, and it made me sweat, and it was uncomfortable, and it pinched me like crazy, and I couldn't stand it. Well, anyways, I'm in this back brace, and he says, we'll just have to see how it goes. I hope maybe you'll be able to play sports somewhere down the road, maybe by the end of the summer. And I was like, okay, it's not what I want, but it's alright. Like I said, sorry, please forgive me. But I go back for a checkup, and I'm in this back brace for 4 weeks before I go back for my first checkup. The doctor tells me, he says, you're healing better than I ever would have thought you could have healed. I don't know what it is, but I think you might get to play sports, starting towards the end of the summer. Maybe not as long as I thought it would be. I was like, awesome, it's looking good. It's looking good. I didn't think nothing about it, and I went back 4 more weeks later, so this is 8 weeks in this back brace. The doctor tells me, you've healed even farther. I don't know what it is, but you could probably you could probably start lifting weights and doing sports activities at the beginning of the summer. And I was like, awesome. That's even better than last time. I was amazed. I went back 10 weeks in this back brace. I'm tired of it. I'm ready for the last 2 weeks to be over with. But the doctor sees me again, and he says, you know what? In 2 weeks, when you take that back brace off, you will be completely healed. You can go back to sports. I will release you. You can play whatever. I was like, that is amazing. And my friends, I wasn't exactly in a good relationship with God. I thought I was just lucky in the fact that I didn't die in that horrible car crash. And I should have been killed. Looking at the pictures of my truck. And well, I'll put a link below in the information box to my Facebook page with the pictures of my truck, so y'all can see them. But I didn't think about Jesus being there, and I laid at night thinking what could have been different. I mean, why was I spared? Why did I make it through this truck crash when some people wouldn't have made it? And I just kept thinking about that. And my friend, a couple of weeks after I got on my back brace, he was like, why don't you come to church with me? I was like, sure, whatever. I mean, I didn't think nothing of it. I didn't think I was about to make the biggest decision in my life. I'm just 16 years old. I didn't realize what was going on. I go to the church, and the pastor starts talking about Jesus healing people on the Sabbath. He was talking about how he healed the blind, and how he healed the leopard, and how he healed the crippled. And he said, what has Jesus done to heal you? And I was sitting in the pew, and my friend, I talked to him afterwards, and he said my jaw almost hit the floor. I was like, I mean, it just clicked in my head. It's like Jesus was like slapping me in the face with the word. I was like, oh my gosh, I understand. I understand why I made it through that truck crash now. I mean, obviously, he considered me important enough to heal me, even though I wasn't exactly right with him before the truck crash. And I went down to the altar call, just crying my eyes out, and I just fell on the floor in front of the entire church, and I was just bawling my eyes out. I didn't know I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. The pastor comes over there, and he asked me what had happened, and I told him about my back, and he said, you know what, Jesus put you in this church for a reason today, son. I said, I'm sorry. I'm actually tearing up a little right now just talking about it. But I said, yes, sir. I realize that with all my heart. He said, you're very lucky. I said, yes, sir. I want to give my heart to Jesus, but I don't know what to do or what to say. Could you help me out? And he helped me out. He saved my life. He saved my eternal soul that day, and I can never thank him enough for that, and I can never thank my friends enough for that, who brought me into their church family now. And I pray for anybody who watches this video that maybe my story can see, my story touches you, so you can see how Jesus works in everybody's life, even if you are a mess up or anything. And my prayers go out to all those unsaved, and for those of you who are saved, stay strong and keep fighting the fight. And thanks for the views, and give me a thumbs up if you will, please. And until next time, this is Nathan. Peace out, y'all.